Today we are going to discuss something very crucial as long as physical activity with your robot partner is concerned. And physical activity means physical activity. It is kind of any kind of hip movement, hip, hip. Hip is very important factor in any kind of physical activity. And uh, as long as hip is concerned, whether it's big or narrow or medium or any size of hip you can think of, hip is concerned of your robot partner, actually a thing called actuator, actuator, which is basically a kind of motor. I in my view, in my knowledge, as long as my knowledge goes to robotics, actuator is a kind of motor. So an actuator is the crucial component in robotic systems, and it helps it generate movement by converting energy into mechanical motion. Now, when it comes to moving a robot's hip, actuators play a key role in controlling the rotation and positioning of the joints that mimic human or animal movement. Now, here is how an actuator helps a robot move its hip while doing something silly. Now, you can think of any kind of silly activities you can imagine of, right? But before that, we need to understand basic function of an actuator. Actually, actuator is a mechanical device that converts energy, that means typically electrical, pneumatic or hydraulic, any kind of energy you are getting for your robot partner. It changes that energy into motion. Basically, uh, for example, to mimic a human like walking motion or mimic a human like uh, wiggle wiggle motion, okay, wiggling their hip. The actuator can rotate the hip joint forward and backward or side to side, similar to how a human leg swings during walking, running, or you can imagine what I am hinting. Okay, there are electric motors, hydraulic actuators, and pneumatic actuators. That means there are three types of actuators. Now, what is electric actuators? Electric actuators, uh, basically these electric motors to rotate gears which create motion. In the hip of a robot, not like us, hip of a robot, an electric actuator can move the leg forward, backward, or outward by turning gears and shafts so that a robot partner can stretch its legs so that you can, you know what I mean. And hydraulic actuators, this use pressurized fluid to create movement. They are often used in useful or used in for robots requiring high torque and strength, such as humanoid robots or robots that need to simulate powerful leg movements. And while you are doing that things, I mean, that is why you are buying a robot partner and take it to your bedroom. This kind of powerful leg movements are necessary, isn't it? In that scenario, powerful leg movements is necessary. Without powerful leg movements, how will you do that? Isn't it? So hydraulic actuators uh, are very useful in that case. Next comes pneumatic actuators. These actuators actually compressed air to create motion and are lighter and more flexible than hydraulic systems. Therefore, what happens? Pneumatic actuators can offer fast movements. That means they can do it faster, okay, and are typically used in robots designed for agility. So there are different types of robots. If you go to a robot shop, you will find different types of robots. Some move slowly, some move fast, depending on those actuators. Okay, so I hope you get the point. Now, what is the role in hip movement? I mean, uh, basically, how it rotates the thigh, because The actuator moves the robot's thigh up and down or forward and backward by applying torque to the hip joint. This helps the robot's leg follow the intended movement path during physical activities. It's a very interesting thing. And there is also force generation. The actuator applies the necessary force to move the hip joint, which could involve lifting the leg, stabilizing the robot's posture, or facilitating walking or running motions. The robot's control system will dictate how much force is needed for specific movements. For specific movements, that means slowly or doing fast. Actually, allowing this actuator to adjust accordingly. It adjusts accordingly. And during the these activities, those activities that you can think of with your robot partner in your bedroom, this actuator provides the necessary force to lift the leg. Without lifting the leg, how will do that? It has to lift the legs. It has to spread the legs forward, push it forward, and control the legs position as it swings or takes steps. And maintaining balance is very, very important. Why? Because the actuator also works to stabilize the robot by adjusting the position of the hip and legs dynamically, ensuring the robot does not fall while performing activities. This is especially important in human robots that mimic human walking, running, or doing those things that we are talking about. So precision and coordination, yes, that is an important issue, because I think precision and coordination is very, very important. Coordination is what? Multiple actuators actually usually involved to move the hip in conjunction with the knee and ankle. This coordinated movement helps achieve a smooth and natural gait, ensuring that the robot can move efficiently. And you know, these feedback systems, the actuator often works in coordination with sensors. I told you before that there are hundreds and thousands of sensors from head to toe in a robot partner that provide feedback to the robot's control system, such as motors or microcontrollers. These sensors track the position, force, and velocity of the hip movement while doing that activity, allowing the actuator to adjust the movement accurately. And therefore, synchronization with other joints, that means not only hip, there are other joints too that are very important. They also play crucial role. The movement of the hip must be synchronized with other actuators like those in the knees and ankles to ensure that robot's legs move in a coordinated manner similar to how a human walks or runs. So, simulating physical activity, that means generating movement, providing flexibility. There are a lot of things robots hip actuator plays key role in this kind of things, that means generating movement or providing flexibility. In short, an actuator in the robot's hip moves and controls the leg's position during physical activities by covering energy into precise mechanical motion. That means actuators are responsible for providing the power and control needed to move the robot's hip while doing that activity, and enabling it to carry out more complex actions. You can think of, you can just invent in your, I don't want to elaborate it, because it can bend, it can rotate, it can wiggle, it can do so many things in a way that simulates natural human movement. So there are electric motors, hydraulic pressure, pneumatic air. Overall, the actuator provides the power and motion that allow the robot to engage in various dynamic actions in your bedroom. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please keep watching Wooden Sled. Support me by subscribing, and of course hit the bell icon to get notified so that I can come back with more videos with more energy. So see you in the next video. Till then, goodbye, stay safe, and take care.